Hello, I'm Juan Davies, Chief Creative Officer at KCT and PBS SoCal, and we're joined by the newsroom of KPCC and LAist on a daily reporter roundup. Let's start with you today, Kyle. You've got a story about the enormous amount of emergency spending done by LAUSD during this pandemic.
Yeah, we got records from the district's regulators at the County Office of Education, and they show that LAUSD has reported spending more than $200 million under an emergency declaration. And this is over the course of nearly 7 months. That's how long LAUSD has been operating under this emergency. The county says that LAUSD is the only district still operating under this emergency. And you've heard about this spending, even if you may have not realized it's linked to an emergency authorization. The district launched over this summer to great national fanfare a program to test all staff and students every so often for coronavirus. That is basically a result of these emergency powers that allow the superintendent to enter into fast-track purchasing deals. And the district has also used this to buy computers and food, things that have been core to the district's response to the pandemic. So we wanted to do a story to measure all of that spending.
Disney announced this week it would cut 28,000 employees, mostly from its theme parks. Emily's been looking at what the local economic impact will be in Anaheim and surrounding cities.
That's right. Aside from the obvious impact on theme park workers, Disneyland's ongoing closure has negatively affected other businesses in the area that depend on the tourists the theme park brings. Leaders from Anaheim and nearby cities have been pushing the state to allow Disneyland to reopen because they say it can be done safely and the local economy needs the help. Stephen Jones, the mayor of Garden Grove, told me close to 8,000 jobs in his city rely on Disneyland and Disney tourists. He says hotels and other local businesses are hurting, meaning that people are out of work and the city is losing revenue. Garden Grove's annual budget could be off by $10 to $15 million because of the lost sales and hotel taxes. Jones says he wants the state to release guidelines for safe theme park reopening as the first step towards getting the local economy back on track.
As we get closer and closer to the presidential election, politicking is just in high gear. Clarice is here with us from the Asian Journal with more on a Filipinos for Trump car parade that's scheduled this weekend in LA and around the country.
Yeah, that's right. As a last-ditch effort to persuade voters ahead of Election Day, Filipino-American community leaders in the Los Angeles area this Saturday are hosting a caravan rally in support of President Donald Trump's re-election campaign. The car parade is being called the Filipino-American Freedom Trump Train and is among the first political events to kick off Filipino-American History Month, which is celebrated every October. Other cities like San Francisco and Washington, D.C. are hosting similar rallies, but the one in LA is being held in West Covina at the Jollibee on East Amar Road. And, you know, this rally is also meant to serve as a crucial display of Filipino-American support for the president. Filipino-Americans are the second largest Asian American group in the United States. And although polls and surveys have found that Filipinos tend to fall on the more liberal side of things, there is a growing vocal coterie of socially and fiscally conservative Filipinos who are mostly Christian and support policies and candidates who align with their faith. A recent survey also found that Filipino-American voters are the most enthusiastic voter group among the Asian American community and are also the second largest Asian American group that supports President Trump, just behind the Vietnamese American community.
And finally today, there's a new book out looking at LA's historic and little-known places. It's called Abandoned and Historic Los Angeles, Neon and Beyond. Mike, tell us about it.
I think we've all noticed that walking around and exploring isn't what it once was, but this book combines photos and essays to take you on a virtual exploration of both well-known LA landmarks alongside those lesser-known and interesting sites you might stumble across. Author Jason Horton told me that his own favorite images were from an abandoned mall he got the chance to visit. I found it really haunting looking at this photo of like a lone grand piano that's amidst all these closed stores now. Jason said that he wanted this book to help people feel the depth and the breadth of Los Angeles, as well as encouraging Angelinos to slow down and appreciate how great their city is.
Thank you, Mike, and thank you, Clarice, for visiting us. Hopefully you can do it again. And thank you all at the KPCC and LAist Newsroom. Thank you for tuning in. Take care of your health, your neighbor, your family, and we will see you on Monday.